Hello everybody, this is going to be the video for our next section, which is 9.4. We're going to look at graphing linear inequalities. Previously, in the last section, we looked at solving these inequalities and graphing on a number line. Now we're going to look at graphing them on the coordinate plane. This is 9.4, objective 1.
During this segment, we'll graph systems of linear inequalities in two variables. So let's begin with a definition of a linear inequality in two variables. It is similar to the definition of a linear equation in two variables. Remember, a linear equation in two variables is one that can be written in the form ax plus by is equal to c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0. So what is a definition of a linear inequality in two variables? It's one that can be written in the form ax plus by is less than c, or is greater than c, or less than or equal to c, or greater than or equal to c. Those are all examples of linear inequalities in two variables. Step 1, graph the boundary line found by replacing the inequality sign with an equal sign. If the inequality sign is greater than or less than, graph a dashed boundary line. And that is indicating that the points on the line are not solutions of the inequality. If the inequality sign is greater than or equal to, or is less than or equal to, graph a solid boundary line, and that's indicating that the points on the line are solutions of the inequality. Step 2, choose a point not on the boundary line as a test point. Substitute the coordinates of this test point into the original inequality. Step 3, if a true statement is obtained in step 2, shade the half plane that contains the test point. If a false statement is obtained, shade the half plane that does not contain the test point. So now let's practice graphing. Let's graph the following, and this is called a linear inequality, once again, in two variables. So what are our steps? To graph a linear inequality in two variables, we first find the boundary line, and to find the boundary line, we replace this inequality symbol with is equal to. This is what we use to find the boundary line. So, for example, let's let x be 0. If x is 0 and we solve for y, we have y is 5/7. And then if y is 0, this term is gone. And let's solve for x, dividing both sides by 2. And we have x is 5/2. And 5/2 as a mixed number is 2 1/2. And then let's just let y be 1. If y is 1, we better work this one out. 7 times 1 is 7 is equal to 5. So 2x is equal to 5 minus 7. 5 minus 7 is -2. And divide both sides by 2, and we'll have x is -1. There we go. Let's plot these three ordered pair solutions. Now look at your inequality. Do we draw in a solid line or a dashed line? Because this is strictly greater than, if it's strictly greater than or strictly less than, then you draw a dashed line, indicating that the points on the boundary line are not solutions of your inequality. All right, so let's see. This is 0, 5/7. So 0 left or right and 5/7 up, about right here. Then I have 2 1/2 to the right, 0 up or down, 1, 2 1/2 to the right, 0 up or down, and then -1, 1, -1, 1, right there. So you can see these all fall along the same line. Do not forget, we will draw in a dashed line. There we go. This is our boundary line. What do we do after this? We locate a test point not on the boundary line. Oh, there we go. Now let's locate a test point anywhere not on the boundary line. Let's use 0, 0 as our test point right there. All right, it's the origin. We're going to check 0, 0. If x is 0 and y is 0, do you see we'd have 0 greater than 5? Now, is that a true or false statement? This is a false statement, which means we do not shade where 0, 0 lies. We shade above where it lies. So let's shade all the solutions. What I'm shading now is the graph of 2x plus 7y is greater than 5, and everything I've shaded, all of these points within the shaded region, those are ordered pair solutions of this inequality. All right, at this time, practice graphing linear inequalities in two variables.
All right, that's it for this set, and then keep an eye open. The next slide will be 9.4 objective 2.